Hey everyone, I am here today with Allison Chisholm. She is the founder of Choice Words, and Allison works with businesses to help craft their story and provide strategic advice to her clients that effectively communicates their offer to help them gain new business and shift their perspectives of her clients and also their target markets, which I think is really a unique approach. And recently, Allison and I were chatting about the crossover between having effective strategic copy on your web pages and how that aligns with your brand visuals, such as photography. So, we want to jump on here today and give you a quick breakdown on just how do you align your content from your website to your visuals and make everything align as a cohesive brand. So, welcome, Allison. I'm excited to chat with you today about this, and I will hand it over to you to kind of start giving a little bit of a breakdown on it.
Thanks a lot, Carrington. I appreciate it. One of the things that I love to do is to write information on a website that isn't on those first 5 pages. This is for the second level, where you can actually get pretty deep into the content of what your company actually offers to its prospects and its customers. And this is one that Google really likes because it's a little bit longer. It's got a bunch of subheadings, and it's an opportunity for you to really showcase to your prospects that you really know your stuff. A page like this is not going to be endless lines of copy, however. If you want people to read it, you've got to have some relevant visuals. And while depending on the subject matter, charts may be involved, but if you've got images, that really helps people stay with you on the page. And really, the goal of a website is to provide enough value so that people will stay on your page and engage with more parts of what your company is offering, at least through the website. So this is a great example of where a visual is going to help share this information that you really need to help your customers understand. And it's a great way of demonstrating the value. So a website like this, again, it's a second level page. It's not the first thing they see, but it's going to be a link from the nav bar, or it's going to be a link from another page. And it gives you a chance in probably, over 700 words, 1,000, even longer, to get at the heart of a problem that you can solve for your customers. And one of the ways to make it seem a little bit less daunting, too, is to break up the copy with some great visuals. So collaborating with a photographer is a really good way to help make sure that the story is clear, both visually and in the words. And I just find that if you take something like that, that content on your website can also be deployed in other places. This is a great thing to use to create a blog, to create other social media posts. It's not something that you're one and done with, and the visuals can carry along with that. So I find that having the opportunity to really sit and think through what you really know and you want to share, and you've got some room to do it. And this might mean talking to some other experts in your company or working with a writer so that is going to be able to come up with the content, but who will ask you a lot of questions in order to make sure that you cover the subject adequately. But it's just a great opportunity to demonstrate both visually and in words what you know and the value that you bring to the companies that you want to be working with. So that's one of the things about web pages not everybody thinks about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And one thing that I notice a lot about websites, and I talk with a lot of my clients about, is when you have photography, it's not only an ooh factor, but it's there to help guide the eye back
Mm,
into that heading or that body copy. So if you have a picture with, say, a person, and that person's looking to the left, you want that person to be looking at the copy. So then you're visually forcing that person to continue flowing down that website. So there's more than just saying, hey, this visual or this photo is pretty, that's helping people understand the topic, it's aligned, but you can also use it to keep people on the page and scrolling, right? So
yeah.
a lot of people just want to skim and read quick. So if they can have that extra like oomph of I get it, and I know where to go next, they can really work hand in hand pretty well.
I'm so glad you said that, Carrington, because really the subheads should lead them through it. And if the images can illustrate those points and just get them thinking about it, in parallel ways, they're reading, but they're also imagining. The visuals provide an enormous value that way. I think
Yep.
that's a great way of thinking about looking at a longer web page and breaking it up in a way that is attractive and engaging.
Mm-hmm.
That is excellent.
So if you had to give someone watching today 3 tips or tricks to getting started with their copy on their website, where would you tell them to begin?
Well, I usually say start with the biggest question that is in the minds of the prospect that you're trying to attract. What is keeping them up at night? What is the core problem that you want to be able to address? And that's going to be covered in really your brand messaging, what they're encountering on those first pages of the website. But that second level web page is going to show them that you really know your stuff, you know what they're facing, and you're going to be able to respond in a way that's really going to help them. So think about that question. Then also, I would say think about writing it in a way that is going to help them understand. Choose the right words. Don't overwhelm them with jargon. Things that people love in their own industry can be mystifying to your clients. They want the problem solved. They want to hear all the gobbledygook that makes you feel important when you use it in your own industry. Save that for your peers in the industry. Let your clients understand in the simplest way possible the difference that you're going to make for them. And then also, I would say, just make sure that what is written on the website, every opportunity you have to demonstrate the difference that you make, the value that you bring. There's a lot of people who do what you do in this great big world of ours, and you've got to find out a way to stand out. Sometimes that means working with a professional writer because it's hard to get out from under your own brain. Sometimes what you think is normal, you may not realize is really distinctive. And having someone who's a little bit outside of your business can really help identify those things that you really need to highlight to attract the kind of attention that you want for your business to grow.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that. This was a pleasure, and I hope that is able to help a few people get started. And if anyone's interested in chatting with you and learning a little bit more, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
I would love to have them visit my website at choicewordsonline.com. There's a contact form there. You can even set up a meeting with me through Calendly. And I think it would be great to have a conversation. That would be
Awesome.
great.
Well, it was a pleasure,
Thanks.
Allison, and I hope you had some fun as well. And we'll chat again soon.
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
Of course. Have a good one.